baby. Unconscious and not breathing, baby CPR. You've come in, you've checked for danger, you've checked for response, you've spoken to them, hello, anything, no, nothing. You've tried touching them, no response at all. You then need to open the airway, just a horizontal for a baby, remember, don't overextend the baby's airway. You then need to check for breathing, so you're holding the airway open because if they are unconscious they're going to be floppy. And you've got them breathing against your cheek, or if they were breathing, you'd feel the breath against your cheek. You're looking down the body and you are feeling for any chest movements. And you do that for up to 10 seconds, and there should be at least 2 breaths in that period. If there's less than 2 breaths and it isn't normal breathing, then you would start CPR. If they're unconscious and it was normal breathing, then you would be putting them in the recovery position. So unconscious, not breathing, you're now going to start CPR. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Heart and lung resuscitation. So what you are doing for a baby or for a child is you're breathing into them first because you need to re-oxygenate them. Babies and children, unlike adults, don't retain oxygenated blood in their system. An adult will retain oxygenated blood for possibly up to 3 to 4 minutes following a cardiac arrest. Whereas a baby or child, they don't retain the oxygen like that, so you need to start with 5 breaths to re-oxygenate them. So what you would be doing is put your mouth, for a baby you can probably fit your mouth over their mouth and nose. Otherwise you'll need to either block the nose and breathe in the mouth, or block the mouth and breathe in the nose. Doesn't matter, but you need to be able to breathe into them. And you need to ensure the airway is open, so head to horizontal, and you need to breathe in 5 breaths. Their little lungs are about the size of a tea bag, so you're just going to do a puff of your cheeks in order to inflate the chest. If the chest isn't inflated, you probably haven't opened the airway enough, okay? So you should be able to see the chest rise as you breathe into them. 5 breaths, and then what you would do is be pushing down on the centre of the chest hard and fast to circulate that oxygenated blood around their system, to the heart and to the brain, to do what you can to keep their vital organs full of oxygenated blood. So you can either do that with 2 thumbs, which is the way I prefer to do it, or 2 fingers, or even 4 fingers if you need to, in order to be pushing down by 1/3 of the depth of the chest. So be pushing down like that, pushing down hard and fast, 2 per second, and pushing down by 1/3 of the depth of their chest. And you'd be doing 30 compressions and then back to 2 breaths. 30 to 2, 30 to 2, 30 to 2. For a baby or child, if you're on your own, you'll be doing 1 minute CPR before you get the ambulance on the way. If you've got someone else, then they can get the ambulance on the way straight away. But if you're on your own, you do 1 minute CPR. Then you can either put your phone on speakerphone and carry on so you can talk to them, or you would have to, at that point, leave them to make that call to get an ambulance on the way. If there is a defibrillator, that is the time you should get that as well. You would keep going with the resuscitation until the baby comes back to life, until the ambulance arrives, until you're using the defibrillator, but you will keep going with CPR between the prompts that the defibrillator gives you, or until you are too exhausted to carry on.